Hi, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about sweeping rituals, also known as barridas. Sweeping energy has been utilized for millennia, and sweeping, like quite literally sweeping your floor, in lots of indigenous cultures, we believe that sweeping in the morning is really removing spirits and any stagnant energy that has settled in your home or your space overnight. In terms of sweeping with herbs on our physical body, we are doing a similar thing by sweeping away different heavy energies that we've accumulated over time. This is something that you can revisit quite often. So it could be sweeping after seeing clients if you're a practitioner, sweeping after a heavy day, sweeping after a long week, sweeping just to help with insomnia or just releasing heavy emotions that you feel somatically in your body. We're recording on November 1st, so it is Dia de los Muertos. The veil is very thin. We're also a few days away from the election. There's just so many things happening in the world right now, and no matter where you are or who you are, we are accumulating lots of energy. And this practice, again, is quite simple, and I think that it can be super helpful just to help us feel a bit lighter, to help us carry the load more easily, to help us move forward with more grace, more of a clear mind, and really being in your own sovereign energy, allowing outside forces and energies to not play too much into you and exactly where you are, your decisions, your intuition. Yeah, again, I use this practice quite often. You can use any plants that you feel called to, any flowers that you feel called to. I have a mentor who uses the leaves like from branches that have fallen off the tree. Specifically right now during this transitional time, the leaves are transitioning with us. So, some are green, some are yellow, some are orange. You can grab a branch that has fallen or maybe a few of the leaves and do a barrida to help you to ease that energy during our transition, which I guess we're constantly transitioning, but especially right now as we're moving into winter, into what we see as hermit season. So before starting our barrida ritual, you want to have a candle present because this candle calls in our ancestors, and it also calls in the energy of light. It calls in the energy of light to the plants that we're working with. It calls in the energy of light to our bodies and to the space that we are in. And any color candle's fine. I think in a previous video, I spoke about white candles and how you can sort of program them to any color or intention that you really need in that moment. Then I've got some sage here. Sage or incense or resin. Ooh, somebody's looking for somebody. You guys already know we are in the middle of the South Bronx, and Barridas can happen when the cops are looking. The cops are outside too. Okay, so we've got our sage lit, and what I like to do is just pass them gently over the herbs that I'm working with. Today we have 4 different herbs that are easily accessible, kitchen witching, you already know, using herbs that we may have in our kitchen, our fridge, our cabinets, or they're easily accessible. And we also have 2 different types of carnation flowers. We're going to be talking about 2 different barridas. So first we have thyme. And I'm using fresh herbs simply because their energy is still very vibrant. You really have access, you can really feel and connect with the ashe of this plant. You can smell its aromatics, you can see the green in their leaves. It's filled with chlorophyll, it's filled with energy. So thyme helps to fortify energy and it helps us to repel negative energies. So again, fortifying energy, if you're feeling depleted, that is going to help us to refill our cup. Next, we have oregano. Oregano changes misfortunes into great fortune. So this helps us to sort of clear the path, clear the road, allowing anything that maybe has been, again, like that misfortune, turn that, alchemize that into your power, into your coming fortune. Then we have one of my personal favorites, rosemary. Rosemary fortifies the energy field and grounds us into ourselves, into, Mother Earth. Rosemary also helps us to feel safe in our bodies. I think right now, especially, we are all very much up here. There's a lot of static and energy happening in our minds. There's a lot of rapid breath, like our eyes are constantly switching. We're kind of outside of ourselves and sometimes feeling unsafe. So this helps us to calm and remember that this temple is your temple and you are safe in your temple. And then last but not least, we have mint. Mint lifts the spirits and improves clarity and focus. So this is a really beautiful mental clarity medicine, helping us to put down those anxious thoughts and to find, allow that fog to dissipate so that we can see with more clarity. It also just smells so good. Can take a little bit or as much as you'd like. If you're doing this for yourself, I would use one bundle. And if you're doing it for someone else, I would create a second bundle for them. Great. So it would look something like this, like a little leaf bouquet. And what you want to do is hold this at the center of your heart. If you feel comfortable, you can put a rubber band or string around the end. Otherwise, you can hold it pretty tightly. But holding it right at the center of your heart, again, connecting with the energy and the essence of these plants, connecting with their ashe, thanking them for being your medicine in this moment, and for using their energy to help us on our path. And inhaling them. And maybe taking a few grounding breaths just to, get present, create this ritual. Breath can really make anything that we do into a ceremony and a ritual. So giving yourself that time and space to take a few deep breaths. And when you are ready, you will start to quite literally sweep. And we're going to be sweeping from the tops of our heads down to the bottom of our feet. So again, taking that deep breath, being in that space of ceremony and ritual. If you have particular anxious thoughts, or you've been having heavy dreams or having a hard time sleeping, really spend time on your crown and third eye, putting them over your eyes to remove anything that's not helping you to see clearly, over your ears to help remove anything that you are not hearing, over your throat to help you channel your most authentic voice, over your heart to clear away any heartbreak. And don't forget your back heart. Your shoulders will go down the arms, your sides. It is thought that psychosomatically, this is where we hold a lot of grief, and clearing that space makes room for joy. You've got your solar plexus, maybe your womb space. The Scorpio season is all about our reproductive system, so clearing away any trauma, any energies, and not forgetting your back body. And again, you spend as much time as you need during this whole process, moving all the way down your legs and not forgetting the bottoms of your feet, because that is our connection. When you are done with that, what I would do is tie them up and leave them by a tree later today or the next day. You can leave it if you have an ancestral altar. Leaving it at the ancestral altar really allows your ancestors to understand the energy that you're feeling within if you haven't been able to express it verbally to them. So leaving that there for a little while or overnight again, and then taking that and offering it back to the earth. In this process, similar to how we've done with the ancestors, offering this back to the earth allows Mother Earth to understand what we're working through and how she can support us, whether that means the plant medicines that come across our path or the people as medicine who come across our path. As soon as she knows, that's when the magic can really begin. So this is for removing, again, clearing. And then we have a sweetening barrida. So here I have white and red flowers. Again, you can use any flowers that you'd like. In curanderismo, we look at the white and the red as the feminine and the masculine, harmonizing our right side and our left sides, our maternal lineage and our paternal lineages. But these call in sweetness. If you are ready for more sweetness in your life, if you've been maybe again feeling a lot of the heaviness around and you're ready for your heart to feel more light, you're ready to call in more self-love, more grace for yourself, maybe the way that you speak to yourself, the way you think of things. Flowers are a beautiful and powerful tool. And of course, you can go buy the specific flowers, like roses for self-love and also boundaries and protection. Sunflowers are beautiful for calling out our inner light and our most authentic selves. Lavender to help us create more coolness and calmness and relaxed feeling within ourselves. I like carnations because they are similar to the white candle where they can sort of be programmed. These are often thought of as sponges in curanderismo. Like we believe that this is what we use for our plática, so it holds a lot of our conversation. As I speak into these flowers, I'm saying a prayer, I'm setting an intention, and I'm asking these flowers and asking these flowers' energy to help me call in that sweetness, to remember that sweetness that already exists within, help me to access it with their ashe. Taking a moment again, taking a deep breath, creating that moment for ritual and ceremony. We are smelling the sweetness of these flowers, thanking them for their energy, for this moment of connection. Again, taking a few deep breaths at your own pace to come back into your space, remembering the sweetness that you're calling in. And similar to the barrida that we did with the herbs, we use the flowers, starting at our crown, calling in positive thought, positive connection to source, our subconscious calling in that beauty and depth that we all have. Again, the things that we hear, sweetness in your speech, healing a heart, and remembering that vulnerability is strength. And again, moving down your body and taking a moment to really, if you have certain injuries, calling in healing and love to those spaces. Anything that comes up for you, this is a moment for you. This is your ritual. This is your ceremony. So allow your mind to really be present. Allow what comes up to come up. You can speak these things out loud or just be with yourself with your mind's eye. And again, similar to the herbs, we are going to set this at our altar before we take it outside and offer it back to the earth so that Mother Earth knows what's happening and can help us find the medicine that we are looking for. If you'd like more information on these herbs and on these practices, you can check out this week's medicine notes. Thank you so much.